No timeouts. From the 23. He's being chased. He flips it off. It's intercepted.
We approach 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. 2nd and 9. Buccaneers driving again. Brady.
Intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And Davis is going to go all the way. Pick 6. Touchdown. Chargers. Davis read it perfectly and stepped in for the score.
Do you remember the first series of the game when we caught Michael Davis looking back at the quarterback and Mike Evans beat him on a route because he didn't see the ball?
Three steps and throws it. It's intercepted. It is picked off. Nasir Adderley down to the 15, the 10, and will just come up short.
From Drew Brees, he's trying to fit this ball into the tight end. Here he is right here, but the ball floats and goes back. That's just a force by Drew Brees. You get frustrated, the offense isn't in sync off the bat, and you force it, it's an interception.
Yeah, look, I know that they have not made a big deal about the yards per attempt and the number of air yards that this passing game is really producing as far as pushing the ball down the field. But you can see here, they are trying to do exactly what you just said, force the ball down the field, and this is something that they're just not proficient at.
Been a big part of the problem, just inability to create some positive plays on early downs.
Lock pumps and now throwing deep, and he's picked off at the 45-yard line. Rayshawn Jenkins on his way back, going to the far side of the field, has a blocker or two, and he's tripped up.
Carr has it knocked out of there, and the Chargers have it at the 27. A massive turnover with 5 seconds remaining in the half.
Frank Gore in the backfield as the Jets take over at the 4-yard line. A second look confirms the fumble and intercepted and touchdown.
Throw this little Omaha route. You just see the corner. He's got outside technique. He's just going to jump it. It's almost like Flacco just actually came from the inside. It was Jamison Crowder that ran the little shoot route, and he just threw it out there like he felt he had an easy throw to the flat. He just doesn't really drive the ball, and you can see.
Allen under pressure, got rid of it, and is intercepted.
After both guys finished below 50% in their previous games. Play action on first down with his eyes downfield, launches into double coverage, and it is intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins still well within Younghoe Koo's range for a tie-breaking field goal. That ball gets picked off. What an anticipation by Jaleel Adai. Early in the game at running back. Ryan looks to throw. Lofting, picked off. Michael Davis.
This year. Who knows how that might have played out. Here's a pick. Pass was behind Zay Jones. And it's Harris back the other way. He is going to be dragged down by Mariota. And in a game that featured no turnovers until this moment, the biggest of the game.
The 2-minute warning.
Single play is Chris Harris as he gets his first with the Chargers, and then
14th play of the drive for Denver on 3rd and 6. Everyone covered initially down the field. Locke still looking, little sidearm delivery off the deflection, and it's picked to the end zone. Intercepted in their own end zone.
That's probably a good thing to do.
Locke steps up, fires to the end zone. He'll give them a chance, and it is picked.
7 for 24 for Elliott. They fake it to him. Got time, and he's intercepted. He was going for Lamb, and it wasn't there. Looked like confusion as Samuel has his first NFL pick. He's already made one great play in the end zone.
To rectify that.
Here's the 10th play. Wide open through his hands, and a diving interception made at the 5-yard line.
Whoa, how did it get here, Jim?
Oh, here we go. Will they get the rush on him? Rolling out, looking for options. Throws it off his back foot, and it's intercepted. Gilman with the interception.
My goodness.
3:20 to play. Carr. Intercepted. It's Derwin James.
They've got to go back to that power run game that was working so well in that first quarter.
Excellent. With time, over the middle, intercepted. That's picked off by Kaiser White, and White inside the Baltimore 30-yard line.
A total offensive team effort that put it all together and really taken it to the Chargers.
That slant dropped by the rookie, Bateman.
Carissa thanks Kirk Cousins on third down, in some trouble, the ball popping out, and it's smothered by Justin Jones. Ruled a fumble down at the 29 as Joey Bosa punched it out.
And right now you have a 14-point lead right before halftime.
Clock. Throwing. That is Derwin James, and there are penalty markers down. Let's see how this unfolds.
Second down and 8. Uzama, the motion man. Burrow, deep drop. Burrow in some trouble. Ball gets knocked away. Nwosu was there defensively, and the Chargers take over. They forced the turnover, and it's Nwosu. It's second highest in the NFL behind the Rams, who are at a whopping 88%. Burrow, downfield. Chase bobbles. Intercepted. Michael Davis in the right spot. Chase thought he had a touchdown, and instead it's a turnover. Burrow steps up. Clinch it. Intercepted in the end zone by Chris Harris Jr. Huge turnover.
There's Bosa. There it is. First sack for the Chargers today. And Justin Jones may have jumped on top of the football. He did. Joey Bosa. Chargers came in as a 2-score favorite in this contest. Off of Shepard, and it's picked off. And that will do it.
Mahomes tries to drop it off. It is a live ball right now. Recovered by Los Angeles. Third down and 2. Edwards-Helaire into the air and picked up by Nwosu. What a play by Uchenna Nwosu.
What a great job. Number 42 right there in your living room. And he slows up. As soon as Mahomes starts to pull up and throw, he knows ball's coming out. He can't get there. And he gets flat. Exactly what you're supposed to do. How about that?
Second down, 13. 3 timeouts. Downfield. Intercepted. It's the linebacker, Tranquil. Here comes Drew Tranquil. Looking for a block on the play. Got it from Morgan Fox. Carr has just thrown a pick to the 30-yard line. The return, 19 yards. Miller the block. Going deep for Adams. Intercepted. It's Samuel. Five in the secondary for the Chargers. Second down and 2 for Derek Carr. Miller the block. It's picked off. Bryce Callahan. Carr has just thrown his 3rd interception today.
Rex Burkhead is the offset back. Mills hit as he threw it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and he heads the other way and brings it down to the 25-yard line. 5-man pressure. Mills spins away from it. Flag is down. Mills up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45 by Bryce Callahan in the slide.
3rd and 7. Brissett. Dodging tacklers. On the move. Throwing. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Alohi Gilman. What a turnaround.
don't mean one of those little Chihuahua dogs. He said, oh, no, he's a pit bull.
Into traffic, deflected and intercepted. Kenneth Murray with a pick. Geno Smith, just his third interception of the year as it caroms into the arms of the former Oklahoma Sooner.
Nursing a 13-point lead. It's like that sign on someone's backyard. Beware of dog. Here comes Kenneth Walker.
And Walker, does he get out of the end zone? No, it's a safety. Sebastian Joseph Day trying to light a fire for the Chargers as he brings Walker down 2 points on the board for Los Angeles.
Well, both these coaches go for it on fourth down, regardless of where they are. Fourth down, less than a yard. Murray. And he's got Hopkins and intercepted on the play by James. 1-0 Crow against another. Interception. And the Chargers take over.
Second down at 11. Tannehill steps up, looking deep for McMath, and it is intercepted with a flag down. Nasir Adderley has it, but there is a penalty marker down.
The position will look differently for the Colts next year. Foles fakes it to no one in particular and now throws a pick. Intercepted by Michael Davis. And Davis with a nice return. Going to be brought down by Woods near the 42. Chargers do come with extra men on the rush. Throw to the sideline, up for grabs, and it is intercepted, I believe. No single signal yet. Derwin James. And the catch is made. It's a pick.
And the sack that he took on first down was another one of those shots they wanted to take downfield.
Here's a pick. Intercepted by the Chargers and Samuel. And Asante Samuel ducks out of bounds with another takeaway for this Charger defense.
Big play here for Mayfield in this offense, down 2 touchdowns. Football is loose. Who's got it? Kyle Van Noy jarred it loose. Does he have it for the Chargers? Boy, Van Noy playing some of his best football of the season, and the Chargers have it.
By the time the Broncos start next season, but they thought it was worth that investment. And they continue to show they will spare no expense. That pass is picked off. Sebastian Joseph Day. Kyle Van Noy deflected it, and Joseph Day has his first NFL interception.
And working with all, in effect, new receivers. They spent a ton of money in free agency, and it's paid off. Off the fake, that's knocked away, that's deflected, and it's intercepted. Drew Tranquil comes away with the ball, and the Chargers, with a big early turnover, gets it back to the 18-yard line after Sebastian Joseph Day batted it at the line.
I kind of like the idea of taking the points myself, Al, but I'm a defensive coach.
I know you are. 4th and 7. Here comes extra pressure, but the pass is intercepted at the 26-yard line. It's Asante Samuel. So we are 5 minutes into the game and already 2 interceptions. Lawrence throws, and again it's intercepted. And that's Asante Samuel. So the Chargers with a hat trick. 3 picks in the first quarter. 3rd and 10. In the pocket. Fires, and that is going to be picked again by Asante Samuel. Well, what are they going to say here? Samuel, yep.
Intercepted
down by contact. And down by contact at the spot.
Ahmed the back. Tua to the air. Blocked by Lamb to the end zone. Intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson.
So much time being wasted here. 12 seconds when Cousins gets the snap. Steps up, throws for the end zone. Deflected, and it's intercepted. No. Kenneth Murray, after the double deflection, ends up with the football and extinguishes the Vikings' hopes.
For this, Kobe Myers on the move. 2nd down and 6. Here comes Mack. Ball knocked away. That's a fumble. And it's recovered by Johnson. Another fumble by the rookie quarterback. And again, it's deep in Raider territory. It's first and goal. O'Connell. Intercepted. It's picked off. Asante Samuel.
A couple weeks at Baltimore. Boy, were the Ravens impressive today. Knocking off Detroit. You want a deep pass, Tony? Here it comes. Hardman. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Asante Samuel, who had the one-on-one airtight coverage.
Chargers bring 7 to the line. 4 of them come. Page's pass is picked off. He threw it to the side. Michael, beg your pardon, Jasir Taylor was right there to come away with the interception. 4th and 3, Chargers brings 5. Page's in the middle. And it is intercepted. Derwin James, after the contact, comes away with the pick and goes out of bounds.
3rd down and 3. Wilson has the ball knocked out of his hands, and it's recovered by Bosa. Bosa forced that fumble, and I believe got on top of it. Wilson, the ball is knocked away. It's picked up by the Chargers. This is a live ball and returned by Gilman. There are flags down, and right now Gilman is to the pylon and in.
You mentioned Piron. He was questionable today with an a knee injury rather, and he is active for the Broncos, and they throw on 1st down, and Mims makes the catch, taken away by Davis, but they're going to say Marvin Mims was down.
2 kids, a 17-year-old daughter, 15-year-old son. Allen protected. Escapes and fires for Diggs. Underthrown. Intercepted. Alohi Gilman's got it. He had him breaking free. Couldn't get enough on it. And half the Charger team goes down to celebrate.
Both left and the right side of giving up pressure on their quarterback.
Donovan Smith's neck injury, as we mentioned, that is a factor over the next few days. Gabbert taking a shot, and this one intercepted. Alohi Gilman with what will probably be the easiest pick of his career.
Ball deflected and intercepted. Picked off by Ford. Puna Ford off the deflection of Mack.
Bryce Young drops back to pass, middle of the field, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by the Chargers. Elijah Molden came diving into the secondary to pick it off.
Harris, the running back so far. 8 carries for 5 yards. Ball up in the air. Ball up in the air again, and it's caught by a Charger defender. It looks like it's Dupree, the former Steeler.
They've had some good ones, but that was in rhythm. They did a little bit of everything.
They keep stealing the game at running back as Patrick goes down and gets intercepted. Got picked off by Fulton. Fulton going through traffic, and he lost the ball. He lost the ball. It's near the sideline. Let's see what they do. It's going to stay with the Chargers.
3rd down and 8. Nix, plenty of time. Now fires deep over the middle. Incomplete and intercepted. Picked off on the play by Elijah Molden. Molden is shoved out of bounds. Off the deflection. Molden with the INT.
4 explosive runs this season for Murray on the 1st down. Again, ball batted and intercepted. Went right into the hands of Taylor Todd. Now he loses the ball in a scramble, and Arizona will retain possession after a double turnover. It was Michael Wilson who recovered the big man's fumble.
There it is, Khalil Mack once again.
Body placement, shoulder placement, all of it so vital as he avoids the flag. 2nd and goal. Physical play for Dye. Winston slinging it near side. Batted up in the air and intercepted. Elijah Molden.
Your inability to run the football against these 2 high safeties really has limited your offensive effectiveness in this game.
Boy, Winston again feeling the pressure coming. It was Tui Pulotu giving chase.
And you see the decisiveness on that throw to pick up the first down.
Winston fires. Was that picked? Yes, it was. Alohi Gilman. Boy, Winston misses badly.
Interception by Alohi Gilman. Excellent job today.
On 2nd and 10, Winston is picked off again.
Of course, that leads to some play-action passes.
Algier the back, 1st and 10. And Cousins to the air. Intercepted. Picked off on the play by Still. His second pick. He's a rookie out of Maryland. Leaping high, picking off Cousins. Turnover right there. They'll be near the 31. From the 40, 4th and 5. Cousins. And intercepted. This could go all the way. It's gone. Still, you can kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. 62-yard return. And a pick six thrown by Kirk Cousins.
It's surprising that Cousins gets roped into this. You have a safety.
Mooney in motion. 3rd and goal. Matthews the block. Cousins up the middle. Throws end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted by May. They just signed him this week. End zone interception thrown by Cousins. In a thicket of defenders.
Looks like they're going to play shell coverage.
L.A. called that timeout. 4th down and 12. And a throw by Cousins. Intercepted. Number 4 today. And Derwin James will seal the win for the Chargers.
Well, this one you...
McMillan and different players. You know, Mike Evans has been a staple, but once they lost Godwin, that's been tough for him.
Picked off right on cue.
2nd down and 5. Colton Miller, the left tackle block. And it was picked off on the play. Henley got it. Dan Henley got the ball.
In his 5th season in the NFL. 2nd and 10. Stroud steps up. Stroud is brought down at midfield by Joey Bosa. 3rd down and long. Stroud hangs in there. A floater. Intercepted on the sideline. Dean Leonard with the pick.
Boise State Bronco lined up behind Smith. Expects to be busy tonight. They fake it to him, and Smith throws. Almost picked up. In fact, on a carom, it's into the hands of Dalen Henley. A dangerous throw, and on the carom. Stops. Smith on the move. Scanning. Doesn't seem to be any open. Now he just chucks it way downfield, and it's going to be intercepted. Trying to find Thornton. Tony Jefferson stepping in tonight. Still just too quick. Right around him. 3rd and 15. Pressure again. Down the middle. End zone shot. Karam. And intercepted. Off the Karam. He tried to find Myers in traffic. And picked up by Dante Jackson.
2nd down and 9 with Alec Ingold in motion. Tua over the middle. It's intercepted by Tony Jefferson. Off the hands of Jalen Waddle and right into the waiting fingertips of the veteran Jefferson. Tua over the middle, and it's picked off. Intercepted by St. Juice. They're saying he was down at the spot where he caught it, but another Tua Tagovailoa interception.
And you're not taking out a big guy on offense to make the play. You make sure you have your defenders out there.
It's intercepted on the play. Derwin James, and that will do it.
How come the clock never started?
As the Dolphins are booed off the field, Tagovailoa with his 3rd interception of the day, and the Chargers end a 2-game losing streak while Miami falls to 1-5.
seeing what they can do. But the backups tonight in some key spots have really stepped up, most notably at that running back spot with Vidal.
Clinch fires too high, picked off, intercepted there by Mickens, and he brings it back to the 48-yard line.
1 catch, 2 targets tonight. Rodgers 6 of 10 for 56 yards. Second down in the middle, high for Metcalf, intercepted. He threw it too high, and R.J. Mickens, the rookie, has his second career pick, and he's got one from a future Hall of Famer who doesn't throw many. Number 47, the inside throw off the hands of Calvin Austin and into the hands of the Chargers. Dante Jackson out of bounds inside the 40. The Chargers have intercepted Rodgers twice tonight.
Just the 9th offensive play of the game for Las Vegas. Smith in his own end zone, taking a shot down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Coming over was Tony Jefferson. I think he was out of bounds, but he did catch it, and the officials are discussing it. Jefferson thinks he has an INT, and they are giving it to him.
Hurts, picked off, intercepted, and now the ball's out, and Hurts ends up with the ball in his hands. He fumbles. Chargers ball. Troy Dye ends up on the ball. And what a mess of a play. 2nd and 10 in a 7-point game. Picked again. Intercepted. It's Dante Jackson with his 4th of the year. And just a nightmare first half for Jalen Hurts.
Still do because of what he's able to create, but he'd sure make life a lot easier on himself.
Hurts down the middle and tipped and picked. Intercepted by Cam Hart off the hands of A.J. Brown. And another turnover. The throw was high, and A.J. Brown couldn't pull it in.
Just excellent job. He gets away with it, doesn't use his hands. It was perfectly executed.
Hurts keeps, throws, batted up and picked off. Intercepted, and the Chargers win the ball game. Jefferson with the pick. Cam Hart tipped it. And the Chargers go to 9-4.
That is the game.
Here's that final play.
Well, watch Cam Hart. It's the zone coverage, so he's got eyes on Hurts. He sees the throw. He falls back underneath it, gets his hands on it, and then the interception. But it's so much of what the Chargers have been able to do with their zone looks has given them advantage in some of these situations, and Cam Hart comes up big.
Appreciate it, Gene. Thank you. Hunt the back. 3rd and 12 for the Chiefs. Pole with the block, and here's the pass, and it was picked off. Henley got the ball. Dan Henley will take it the other way. Have they blown it dead? They have it the 1. He was down. Another interception. The 2nd. And Pacheco remains the back, and Minshew to the air. And deep, and intercepted. It's picked off. Derwin James gets it.
Stroud. Intercepted. Intercepted by Derwin James. The All-Pro to the rescue. That allows the Chargers to use their timeouts now to force a punt if they can get it done over the next 2 snaps. And another throw from Stroud. Stroud over the middle, intercepted! Holy smokes!
Head of the operation on the back end. Very seldom do you see them play anything but these 2 deep safeties.
2nd and 11 from his own end zone. May deflected. Derwin James almost had it, but a teammate comes up with it. It's Henley with the interception at the 10-yard line. On 2nd and 10, May look out from behind, protects the ball. Now he loses it. and the Chargers are on it. All the way off the edge. Knocked it out, and Deshaun Hand recovers.